Hi, everybody. It's Mark Rushton of markrushton.com. It is Monday, January 3rd, 2022. And taking a little break from the day job here, back to the grind. And just whenever I start off a video, I want to show off some of my paintings, at least one. And this is from my website. This is a 4-panel polyptych, and it's 72 inches square, 36-inch paintings put together. They could be individual. I like them as a modular unit, kind of play around with them. So that's the painting that you're going to see there in the background. That's not for sale. It's part of my house. And let's just get back into the main topic here, which is daily playlist creation. Now, one thing that I got into over the course of 2021 was making daily playlists of my sound recordings, my music, and field recordings, trying to find out better ways to craft playlists, distribute playlists, and as a way to promote your music. As I like to say, if you have a recording or a song or something like that, you should try to figure out how to sell it at least 500 different ways. And if you can't think about it, then playlist creation is a good way of doing this. It's not everything. Not every playlist is a hit. Not every playlist gets seen. Of course, you have to make sure that your profile is public and that can be discoverable. On some services, uh, they aren't as discoverable as others, and so if you don't know that, then you're gonna have to find that out on your own if you want to put in the effort. So, I like to say that if you make it at least one a day, you don't have to do it every single day. It doesn't really take that long. For me, I've gotten it down to sort of a like a process where it takes just I've got graphics, and you slap some uh, uh, words on it. Titling is important. Descriptions are important. Um, and then, of course, you can't just have it all on one service. You can't, I make them in Spotify, but I transfer them to 10 other services, 10 other music streaming services where I have either accounts or I actually pay for an account. And I'd like to be on some more, but I don't have a VPN, so I can't get on things like what is it, KK Box and Ngami. They don't pay very much as far as royalties are concerned. And then, of course, you have the language thing to deal with, translation. I think when these applications mature, maybe we will have some sort of auto translate capabilities in there. So if I distribute my music in English, then I would hope down the road that maybe there would be some sort of translation, at least for searching and everything like that. That'd be nice. I don't see that happening right now, so I kind of compensate on that by, in the description of the playlist, using certain translated language. You just got to Google Translate or whatever, and your title or some keywords or something like that. Because as I always like to say, people are looking for the kind of music you make. They're not necessarily looking for you. So if they're looking for ambient music, down tempo, beat driven electronica, field recordings, natural sounds, environmental sounds, that sort of thing, you have to have that in their language, because Spotify has what, 250 300 million users. They're not all English speakers, right? Some of them are German and Swedish and Japanese, lots of different countries there. And it's the same thing with Apple Music too. Apple Music is just like everywhere, right? But how do you get somebody in Indonesia to discover your sounds, right? How do you do that? And not everybody speaks English. So that's one of the things that I do. Little tips and tricks and stuff like that. But really, just getting into the daily feel of that sort of thing, making something every day, or if you don't want to make one every day, if you don't want to carve out an extra 15 or 20 minutes to make something, then do it every few days. Make like 2 or 3 every 2 or 3 days. It in the long term, it is beneficial for you as an artist. It really does, and it gets you thinking about, how do I group these songs? How many songs should I put in here? Should I throw in other artists? How do I use the How do I use the titling? What sort of graphic is good? Do I need to update this ever, or should I just forget it? Because it's going out to 11 different places. When it goes out to a different place, does it have your graphic, or does it just sort of have a default, the four squares, kind of like this? If you don't know that, I mean, that's something good to know as a recording artist. If you don't know that, I mean, I don't know. But what else have I been doing lately? So that, yeah, daily playlist creation. I just after I've seen some success with it on some services, uh, I'm I'm a fan of doing that. I think it it um, it's good for additional artistic development aspects and metadata and things like that. You just keep thinking about your work, and you keep seeing your catalog. You just don't release that block of music and work that for 2 years. It's catalog and genre specific. I don't know. It may be boring to some people. I don't know. But the other thing that I did yesterday was, got some uh, releases scheduled for the future. I found almost an album by one of my ambient artists that I had started putting together last year, and I finished it. And it's Cloud Drift is the name of the band, and so it's an album called Amazing Clouds. It's going to come out on January 31st, although I might put it on Bandcamp early. Not that anybody really pays attention to it there, but that will be out, and I'll have time to pitch it to Spotify for Artists, and I'm not quite sure if I'm in on Amazon Music for Artists on that one. There, that's a. I'd have to dig into my data there. And then there was a new Cannabis Unanimous single, which is my sort of goofy, beat-driven, slowed down, rambling, using other people's voices, but they're legit samples. They're samples that I got. Uh, 10-piece hand-breaded chicken. I like making goofy stuff. That's why I release stuff under so many different names. I'm not just like Mr. Ambient, Mr. Down Tempo, Mr. Electronic, Mr. Field Recording. I've always enjoyed making just dumb things. It's goofy comedy cut up technique, sort of, Burroughs. William S. Burroughs did that cut up technique and everything, and just the early sampling, where they throw in voices. I always kind of like that sort of thing. And then there was another one, Meditative Drift, which I released about a year ago. Some Christmas music. I released some Christmas music under that name. It's been a while since I think it's been a while since I've released anything on there. And anyway, that was one of the artists that I had trouble getting into Amazon Music for Artists. And it's still not in there. They rejected me 5 times. I made a video on that. And so I released that single via CD Baby. So there's a little bit of upfront cost on that one. And so that's coming out the 17th of January. And so once that's in there, then after they reject me for the 6th time, I'm just going to go in, and because if your artist name isn't, if you have released something by CD Baby, you're an automatic in on Amazon Music for Artists. So I just like gave up. It's not worth my time. It's worth spending a little bit of money to release a single on CD Baby and get in there. I think. I don't know. We'll see in the long run here. So it's super cold outside. Ridiculous. It's sunny. But, who wants to go outside in this, right? And it's going to be, who wants a weather report, right? Anyway, I got to get back to the grind here. I got 11 o'clock meeting, got to prepare for that. And anyway, just sort of a daily dose. Not that anybody really watches these videos, but I got to ramble about this sort of stuff. It's a self motivator, I guess. I don't know. All right. Talk to you later.